What's going on, plugins? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're going to talk about what happened to Kentucky against Texas A&M and some things you need to fix before the NCAA tournament. Before we get into this video, make sure you drop a like. And if you're new here, sub to the channel and become a part of the family. Now let's get into the video. Kentucky went to the SEC tournament with a lot of confidence. The team was on a 5-game winning streak and they had a lot of rest going into the first game. So everyone assumed they was going to come into this game and handle business, but things didn't go as planned. As soon as the game started, Kentucky was off to a slow start and they was down 8-1. Coach Cal called a timeout to calm the team down and get everyone focused, so the team started to play better, but they couldn't really take control of the game. Texas A&M was playing with a lot of energy and it was locked in on both sides of the ball. Every time Kentucky tried to go on a run and make a big shot, Texas A&M always had an answer. They made sure Kentucky couldn't build any confidence in the first half. Going into the second half, Kentucky was down 48-42. They would have to play better defense if they wanted to win this game, and they needed to stop Wade Taylor. He dropped 18 points in the first half. He was on fire. But things got worse in the second half. Wade Taylor continued to stay hot, and he ended the game with 32 points. It seemed like they couldn't miss. It didn't matter where they were scoring from. Everything was going in for them. What's crazy about this is Texas A&M is not an elite offensive team, but every time they play Kentucky this season, they made them look like an elite offensive team. Y'all feel what I'm saying, plugins? In this game, they couldn't miss from three. That was a big problem for Kentucky. Also, Kentucky was getting dominated on the offensive boards. Kentucky was inconsistent scoring the ball in the second half. They kept shooting from three, but they kept missing. Reed Sheppard was hitting some big shots early in the game, but later in this game, he was struggling on offense. Texas A&M did a good job playing defense. They were suffocating Kentucky, and they made them work for everything they got. For Kentucky, their defense looked horrible. There's no way to sugarcoat it. It was bad. What has me scratching my head watching this game is how bad the rim protection was. It was non-existent. How does Kentucky have 3 7-footers and the rim protection is that bad? It doesn't make any sense. There's no way that all Kentucky bigs are this bad playing defense. The refs made things even worse, not giving Kentucky fouls. Robert Dillingham was getting hit and bumped driving to the rim all game, and he was barely getting any fouls called, and you could tell it was frustrating him as the game went on. But the refs didn't cost them the game. Kentucky had a lot of turnovers, couldn't play defense, and was inconsistent scoring the ball. Kentucky lost this game 97-87 and was knocked out the SEC tournament. Coach Cal has a 1-4 record since 2021 in the SEC tournament, so Kentucky has been playing well in this for some years now. I know some Kentucky fans are out there are not surprised that they lost this game. Now it's time for the team to reset and refocus and try to make a run in the NCAA tournament. The defense is so bad, I don't believe the offense can carry this team to a national championship. When I was watching the game against Texas A&M, the announcer said Kentucky has a Final Four offense and a round 32 defense, and that's concerning. And that's on point when explaining this Kentucky team. They have one of the top offenses in the country, and they have one of the worst defenses. That's not a good recipe to win it all. When Kentucky was on this 5-game winning streak, the defense was giving up a lot of points. The defense was playing better at times, but it was still a huge problem. Kentucky's offense was going crazy in that span, scoring 90+ points in 2 games and 100+ points in 2 games. So the offense was playing so well, it made it for the defense being bad, but in the NCAA tournament, Kentucky won't be scoring 90 and 100 points. Teams will be playing some tough defense. I know this is a frustrating time for Kentucky fans, and it seemed like the team were heading to the right direction and they were going to be ready for March Madness, but it's not looking good right now. But it's 2 players that can save Kentucky's season, and I feel like Coach Cal has to make some tough decisions. Kentucky could make a deep run if Robert Dillingham and Reed Sheppard are in the starting lineup. Let's be honest, they're Kentucky's best players and they're coming off the bench. What team in college basketball right now has their 2 best players coming off the bench? The answer is nobody. Only Kentucky's doing this. The game against Texas A&M, Robert Dillingham had 27 points and Reed Sheppard had 14 points. The starters this game didn't do much, so it might be time for Coach Cal to shake things up and just put them in the starting lineup. He should have did this earlier in the season just to see how the team will look. Most of the games I watch, Kentucky gives the opposing team a lead. As soon as they get in the game, the offense starts playing more up-tempo and scoring in bunches. So how about we just have them both start the game and let's see what happens? They already play starter minutes anyway. Robert Dillingham is not a good defender and he turns the ball over a lot, but he's so good on offense, it's worth the gamble. Reed Sheppard's a solid defender who gets a lot of steals, and he's shooting over 50% from 3, so he will be fine in the starting lineup. Also, I feel like Coach Cal this late in the season doesn't know who his best 5 is in his rotation. Kentucky's loaded with talent, but who's the best 5-man lineup? Drop in the comments who y'all think should be in the starting lineup. I'm curious to see what y'all got to say. But if the defense doesn't start playing better, it doesn't matter what they do moving forward. The defense is the biggest problem, but hope is still alive. They're in the NCAA tournament, so we'll see what happens. Are y'all worried about Kentucky? Do y'all think they can make a deep run in the NCAA tournament, or is it going to be an early exit? Drop your opinions in the comments, drop a like on the video, and sub to the channel. Turn on post notifications so you know when I post. More videos on the way. I appreciate y'all, and I'll see you in the next video. Till next time.